Morning world, welcome to Wednesday 24th of April, back on the roller, and yeah, I've done something that maybe I shouldn't have done this morning. Something that I regularly tell my wife and my daughters off for doing. Emma and Julie, they're the worst for it. And that is consulting Dr. Google. Yep, I did it myself this morning. So as many of you will know, I've been feeling a bit under the weather for the last 5-6 weeks. Just fatigued, bit of joint pain. I just put it down to the weather. Basically that's what I put it down to. Lack of sun and just feeling miserable. But I had to think this morning, I thought, oh, I wonder, we've lost 3 calves to coccidiosis in the last month. And is there a link? If Cox is in the barn and it's in the herd, we've got to do something about it. But we've also got to remember it is quite infectious. We can catch it. And is that the problem? Have I got it? So there are many diseases, infections, parasites, stuff like that, that I can catch from my cattle or the dog. Or dog can catch from the cattle and then give to me. Biscuit has been known to go in the barn and eat calf cream, which is basically calf poo. So in fact, any dogs will happily, it's a delicacy to them, happily have a munch away on fresh calf poo. It's like catnip to them. So and yeah, so I googled the symptoms of cocci in humans, and many of those symptoms are quite familiar. So fatigue, joint pain, so I got pain in my elbow, pain in my left knee, and just general feeling of not very well. So the question has to be asked, have I got it? So I've messaged my doctor this morning, told him that we've got coccidiosis in the herd, reminded him that I've been dealing with cow and calf poo for 6 months, and would that explain the general down and fatigue that I've been suffering? Would that explain it? So I've messaged him, I'm just waiting for a reply to that. I'm expecting a message to come back saying, can you bring us up a sample? Which of course I will, which they'll test and they'll come back and say yes or no, hopefully. So I don't think it would have come up in blood samples. He took a lot of blood out of me a few weeks ago when we were trying to investigate what my issue was, but yeah, I think it was the wrong sample. We'll see. I'll wait for him to message me back, and then we'll go from there. I'll let you know. But it's something you've got to be aware of. Working on the farm, and it doesn't necessarily mean we're dirty. It's one of those things that anybody can catch it. You can pick it up walking your dog across the farm. If you let your dog run around across farmland that's got livestock on it, dogs eat stuff, okay? They eat it, they pick it up, and then they come home and they lick your face, or they lick your baby's face, or whatever else, and all of a sudden, well, go and Google what your dog can carry from farmland into your home, and maybe it'll encourage a few more of you to keep your dog on a lead and not let it eat stuff, because some of it's nasty, some of it's fatal. Right now we're preparing for grass. This is what this job is now. We're preparing for grass, getting this done now before it gets away. Then that'll be haymaking, silage making, hauling, all that brilliant stuff. Cattle will be out in a few weeks. I'd like them out now, but again, because of the cocci and also because of TB, mainly now because of TB, our TB test is on the 10th, our reading's on the 10th of May. So we have to have the cattle in to do that. If I let them out now, one, there's not really quite enough grass in front of them, but two, if I let them out now, the chances of me getting them all back in for TB testing, far from certain, let's put it that way. There'll be one or two that are going to go, no, not going in there. And the thing is, it's a whole herd test, and when they say whole herd, they mean a whole herd. You can't have like, oh, one or two didn't get in, so it doesn't matter. It's a case of, no, if you don't test them all, you've not tested any kind of attitude. That swallow just flew straight underneath the tractor. Literally, he just flew under here and came out there. Little daredevil. He's going around, obviously I'm disturbing insects. So, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but this little swallow is literally buzzing round and under the tractor. Fair play to him. Right, that's the guys back at home. Finished job 1. We can't start job 2 until after lunch. So doing half an hour's logging. So my next job, I think, is put the roller away. I might put that where I was thinking of putting the slitter yesterday. So I had a message back from my doctor after the symptoms, and apparently I might have something called valley fever, which I'm now going to have to go and look up and find out what that is. It's something to do with coccidiosis, but yeah, so I'm booked in tomorrow. They're going to take some more blood out of me and test me. What? What's up? You called me over just to do that? To point 2 fingers at me? That wasn't very friendly, was it? No.
I'm not gonna lie, when I stand over there and you stand here, all I can see is your head.
That's because I'm...
It's rather hilarious. I'm like, all I can see is your head.
Okay. Right.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
To you as well. Yeah. No respect to our kids. None, not even a little bit. I've no idea where they get it from. Right. Lunch is done. Office work is done. Everything in the house. I ain't got to go back in there again for a while. So now I can concentrate back on the yard. First job, before I put it away, is get all that lot off there. Where am I going to put it? I reckon in there is as good a place as any for a minute. That's most of it. Right, I think hose pump will finish that off. What? Hey? What? Right, that's washed. Thing is, I washed off and then remembered I had one more thing to roll. I don't think I'll have to wash it again, but Yeah. We'll go roll the last thing. Well, now's the time, isn't it? If I can try and flatten it out, now is the time. And back down again. There you go. That's tidied that right up. Okay. That can live there out the way, innit? So I'm going to put a couple of concrete blocks under there, stop it rolling forward. And then we're done. One. Two. Okay, well, the picker bitch dropped it back a couple of inches. It's not even touching the concrete blocks, but we'll just kick them under there just to be on the safe side. Leave that alone, you. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. I see what you're up to. Just pretend not to now, ain't you? You're just trying to get the water pipe at the back of the pallet. Anyway, but before I came out from lunch, I had a phone call from a gentleman in Cornwall, one of you guys. Can't remember your name, I'm sorry. And he rang me up and with reference to our Squidy calves. And apparently they've had something similar, which their vet came out to, and again, that was down to diet, apparently. The milk that the cows were producing, this is what I was told, was so rich, it was giving the calves squits. So, I mean, it's plausible. Kind of makes a certain amount of sense to me, and there are so many reasons why our animals are squitty, or potential reasons, and it might not be one, it might be two or three put together, and just the combination of the two or three is what's given us a bit of an issue. These guys aren't actually what I would call squitty mucky. They're just cattle. It's just that the turds they produce, when you think about they're on dry grub, they ought to be firmer. But again, is this because we made this in the first week of June, I think this was made, and maybe it's just too good. I mean, I would not give this to horses. Wouldn't even consider giving this to horses. But yeah, maybe it is just too good. I mean, like I say, they all look well. Nothing looks poorly, nothing looks unwell. They're just loose. So, and maybe that's part of the problem with this, because it's the same hay. Maybe it is a bit rich, and it's just too good for the calves, and they're squitty. I don't know. I mean, Dexters are a breed of cattle that will produce good beef and decent milk from rubbish, from absolutely rubbish hay. So, I mean, what happens if you give something that runs on diesel? What happens if you give it petrol? Yeah, problems. You can look as po-faced as you want. They weren't happy about me shutting them in there, even though that means they're going to get a clean bed and they can have a hoon and launch around in 20 minutes. Look at their faces on it. Oh, I don't want to be in here. It won't be for long. Not sure how much of that's going to stay in the bucket between you and the muck heap. Most of it. Well, the soft hole in the yard has hardened up a bit, so still going to have to dig it out though. Right, well, they're happy. They're happy. Everybody's got a clean bed. There's lots of mooing and racing around, tails in the air and that kind of behaviour going on, so. Right. That's Mary being a silly cow. What are you like? Hey? Just don't run over your baby when you're larking about like that. Hey? What are you like? Hello, sweetheart. Hello, darling. Hello. Yes, I know. I know. I know. Mad cow. Silly cow, noisy cow. I mean, you can see where it all comes from, can't you? Okay, as for this lot, well, they're just not making their bed messy. It's all dry and, all right, it's not as fresh and yellow as it is next door, but this is, actually you can see they're laying up here and they're clean. So, yeah, chucking more straw in there would just be wasting straw.